Cool. Everything seems to be in order. And we are live. And that took a while. Quick tweaks, quick tweaks, quick tweaks. 5-second tweaks. We're all gonna... Oh, ye of little faith! It's not like I put a giant moon that will crash in 3 days, did I?
Well, did ya?
Maybe.
You never know.
Hello, everyone. I am Kotlol Joy Charge Gamers, charging you with joy with some Return of D&D. As any D&D campaign, it's hard to plan it all out. Also, we're missing one person because they have prior engagements.
Missing.
But I have my directions and I know what this character is supposed to do. Yay.
Hooray!
Hooray. Yeah, cough.
Kotlol.
Thank you. Anywho, last time, the group finally decided to leave behind the town of Reefton to head towards Swordsville, the capital of this neutral zone. And, well, they had to say goodbye to 2 of their party members. One in a way of, they kind of wanted to go on their own way for a while. As in, our good old friend Ikun has left the party to pursue their own dreams and not be shot by a pirate anymore. And another, Sam, who apparently had a little bet going on and disappeared. And from what people gathered, it was not a pleasant way to disappear. Or die, or fate unknown. Oh well. Oh well. So with that, the party has arrived at Swordsville and started doing their own things while they wait to get through the line. Well, Veronica waits for the line and custom to head to their destination, which is in the kingdom of Lagana. The others decided, while Veronica is doing off getting their passport secured, the others decide to wander around the city to find several things. With Ozzius and Ilona getting lost because Ozzius was leading the way. Robert's meeting up with a junk shop, well, a scrap shop. I call it a scrap shop, called the Mechanical Pleasures, where they try to find a flintlock, but found out that finding a pistol even in this great city is not easy because it's not a tool of the trade. And the others, well, Veronica was still stuck in line, had a discussion about how annoying customs are. They stayed a night in the fairy cauldron, and learning several things about this wonderful city of how big it is. 2 of them...
How cheap the ends are and how expensive the meals are.
Yep. Yep.
Because that's how they get you.
Get you... Stay the night. Cheap. Get you drunk. Doable. Having you to pay for the expensive food. Gotcha. Oh, well. Ozzius and Ilona finally found the library called Knowledge is All. And in front of them stood a mysterious elven lady who was about to introduce themselves. And thankfully, I don't have to do this because the player... What? Hello? I was interrupted.
Hey, he's there.
Yeah. Is now here to take over and, well, tell the story they're supposed to tell. So, with that, we return to 2 of our party members standing in front of this elven lady. So, who was about to introduce themselves. So, Donna, take it away.
Okay. Again?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Hey, Geneva here. Oh, I know we've never met before, but I'd like to come with you for a while. If you would like to have me with you. Yeah.
Wait, so who the hell are you?
Pardon me. Donna, what kind of microphone are you
Geneva.
using? What kind of microphone are you using? Because it's
Crackling.
yeah, for one, and the other. I just curious, what are you using?
Fireworks crack.
Earbuds, I have nothing else. Otherwise, I'd have to use my laptop, and then you'd hear an echo.
Maybe a bit further away.
From my earbuds?
Ah.
Or maybe we can dance you.
Echoing is fine as long as you can press the mute button. Because it's gonna be a little bit hard to understand with the earbuds. I'm sorry.
Maybe I need to give you one of my old mics.
Just go.
We'll give it a moment. Well, let's see. I have my other notes. That's on the phone. Because didn't write it down. Because I don't write down every little thing. Thank you, phone. I'm just checking what everyone else is doing. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something with Mary's character real quick while this is going on. So I'm gonna do a quick roll for him. Because he left... so we'll do this with Robert. Robert has left the store. And is now gonna look for gonna try and learn about some information. And I will have to make him roll an investigation check for that. So, after this. $20. Okay, so Robert is investigating something about magics and inquires and looks around for any type of idea where magic could lead to. And okay. And I guess he'll be going to look for a library as well, so that's that. So he might join you guys in a moment, and then I have to take over. Yay. Then we have the others. The introduction will just have to wait for a bit. Give it a moment. Technical difficulties. Veronica, you're in line still.
Still, yeah, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There are currently 600 people in front of you. Hold line.
Oh my god, I hope not.
There are currently 700 people in front of you.
Okay, who let the line cutters in?
Then we have so you talk with the orcish man in line, and the line is still moving forward, and you sort of at the door of the building right now, and you can look in and you see like how long is this gonna take? And you can see you see at least 4 kiosks in front of you, and you see them all working, talking, paperwork, and you can look a little bit beyond the kiosk to see many people in the back walking around, handing papers towards the kiosk workers and such. So you can tell it's pretty busy here, political wise.
What else is new? Been here only twice, and every time it's busy as all Inferno.
And the Orcish man talks up again. Well, that's what you get for being in the middle of the Three Kingdoms.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. Still, they're progressing pretty quickly.
From what I've heard, something about using what was it again? Let me think for a moment. There was something with a wizard that they hired to streamline some of the process in certain areas. What did he do again?
Can I do a history check to see if I remember?
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. History.
Okay, I also rolled for him. You remember the fact that the wizards here were all very powerful from Fantasia Lost, you know that they well known. But the one that will be working in office here is a young brightful wizard that is actually trying to avoid any types of conflict. He's not a like of conflict, but is known to use all kinds of spells to move things around, and may have found a magic spell that increases movement of paper out of its own. So, you know, cast spell, papers A to C go over here, papers D to E go over here. That's
Oh, yeah.
but you don't know the name
right.
of the guy.
Right. That's the kid well, the guy that made the spell that has all the papers going to the designated spots or something. God, what was his name again?
I forgot his name as well. I'm not really
Ah.
interested in paperwork, so I don't blame ya. But I did hear stories about it. Apparently, it did help streamline things because once the papers hit his desk, he cast his little spell, and boom. So it's still weird how he can do it so many times. Wonder what he invented. Who knows? Wizards, folks, you know.
Pretty sure he's keeping it a secret so he can get all the money for using the spell.
Ah, right, the old royalties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if he's the only one who knows how to do it, then of course he's the only one who gets paid for it.
Clever bastard.
They all are.
He also didn't have a fighting spirit, I heard. Apparently he took up magic because his old man told him to. You know, Fantasia laws and such.
That's gotta suck. I'd hate to be stuck at doing whatever my parents wanted.
Well, my parents didn't want me to fight. Luckily, I enjoy fighting, so... Okay. Donna, how's the microphone situation? I think it's taking a moment. Technical difficulties! It happens, people. So, how's everyone this fine Monday? Here to play D&D, but technically...
If you don't know that.
Well, we all know.
Oh, maybe she doesn't
Just
know.
right now, this is work.
It's not working, but she's muted.
You're just muted at the moment. Don't worry, don't worry. We can fix technical difficulties. Let's see.
Are we that smart?
Because I'm not gonna do this. Like, it's just a small technical difficulty. It happens. Just go back for your phone. We'll just endure the crackling for the time being. Like, take what works for the time being, and we'll fix it later.
Or join Discord on your phone instead of the laptop.
Well, whatever works. Whatever works. Just do whatever works for you, Donna, right now. I think that's the most important thing. Don't worry, don't worry. Like, microphone issues is nothing new to us. Let's just do whatever works so we can get a session going.
Ah,
What?
fireworks.
Already? Freaking fireworks.
Started like a month ago or two.
Jesus.
And technically it's illegal to do that right now. It's only allowed on days that are allowed. But hey, people don't fucking care. Okay. I'll just do a little bit of Robert Likey throwy. Let's see what he rolls. Because he's gonna look around. And he needs to not investigate, he needs to do a perception. Donna, just give me the okay. Okay. 8. Well, he's going in the wrong direction, that's for sure. So he's just gonna go this way and end up here, which is the wrong way. And he's like, this city is really large and I don't know where I'm going. Maybe I should have pulled out my compass. Let's give it a moment. I'll just keep it on the WhatsApp. So let's see. It's kind of ridiculous. Or let's give it a minute. Let's give it a minute. Technical difficulties. Some people just don't have the patience for it.
Like you?
Well, I do. I work with technical difficulties. They annoy the shit out of me, but I know how to fix a technical difficulty when I see one.
That's your job.
Part of my job, yeah.
Fair enough.
But for some people, I'm finding something to... What? What are you giving me that look for? Well, you fix software difficulties. But still technical difficulties in some way. It's part of the technical difficulties branch.
Now we still need someone who fixes psychological difficulties.
DnD is not fair. What?
Alcohol?
Well, that works.
Hey, you don't have mental difficulties if you don't remember what they are.
Yeah.
Kitty's being a whiny.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. God damn it, Moon! God damn it! We have fun here!
Kitty's not allowing me to play D&D.
Ah.
Hi. Yeah, go in the box. Come there. You just lay down.
No! No! I look away and instantly you put an Among Us. Or Amongst Us, I guess, in this case. And a Mimic. We have fun here. We D&D. Well, at least the wizard is part of D&D in a way. I'll just work along and see if Donna comes back.
Eventually.
Eventually, but let's just keep it going, because we'll just keep waiting and watching. They might be throwing a bit of a fit because of technical difficulties, which I don't blame them for, because technical difficulties can be very frustrating. Okay, the elf introduces themselves as Geneva. I'll just take over for the time being.
Oh, like the evil guy checklist.
Huh? Oh, the evil guy checklist.
Yes,
There's no.
indeed.
We don't really have Geneva conventions in this world, but hey.
Exactly, that's why I turned it around.
Well, why should we want you to come with us?
Well, that's what she was gonna ask, but
Or maybe she just starts us up mute.
let's just start with that she introduces herself as Geneva, and that the whole wanna come along thing that comes around later.
Okay, so she just follows us around like a stalker. Okay, sure.
More like she's like, I'm like, you look like adventurers. Can I? And well, I'm always looking for adventure. Any chance I could join you guys at some point? I mean, going myself is not really as exhilarating because you don't know all the risks.
Right. Awkward situation.
Think about it. I mean, the library is about to open up, and doors of the library fly open, and it's open now. So it's like, oh, just in time.
It just wasn't open yet. I thought it was closed in general. Huh? It's better. Take away.
Yeah, apparently they open at weird times. Something about
What
the
a
sunlight
weirdo.
having to refract into the library in certain ways. No. Sounds like a design flaw. Or maybe some sort of magic could talk to invoke lunchtime or something. Well, I'm gonna head in. I'm gonna find a book of maps. Maybe I can find something interesting. Who knows?
I also had in.
You two head in because you are looking for, specific things. Alrighty then. You walk into this library, and from the moment you step in, you can already see that this library is at least 3 stories high. And in the center is a spiral tower that goes up by 3 floors. And so in the center, and up there's and then you can look up. There's some balconies with a few places to sit, and then 2 hallways to the left and the right that go to the other sections of the library. You see on your right side a how do you call it again? I was gonna say lobby area, but desk lobby area with the check-in and check-out station. Front desk, thank you, front desk. And behind them is sitting a person that would only be considered too much into character. A person wearing robes that hides their identity. Red robes with golden lining on it. And I have a beep. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Now I know. I regret to inform you that Donna is not going to be joining us for the time being. They don't feel like it.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
So maybe later.
Maybe
So-
some other time, but not today. Oh, well. If anyone wants to
Can I-
join, the slot's open. The key to
Okay,
mass,
at least
man.
Yeah, at least let's continue with what we have, okay?
Also, thank you, Keita Matt, for doing bonsai body staring contest. You won't win! You never win. Sorry, I didn't enter chat. I had the wrong window open to see the chat. I wasn't updating on the program. Anyhow, if you want to join, you can always ask us. We always have space. Anyhow, we have stuff go. So you two are entering, and behind is that mysterious fellow in the robes. What do you do?
I go towards him, her, the fellow, him.
Him, her, you don't know. They're just being mysterious.
Who's that person?
And they look up at you, and for some odd reason, you don't even see a silhouette of a face beneath the darkness of the cowl. And they look up at this, and they go, and you might think it's going to be a creepy voice, but instantly the arms go up, and they go, "Welcome to Knowledge is All! We have all kinds of books in our vicinity, in our facility even, and several other things. Well,
Yeah,
how can I
That's how
help
libraries
you?"
Yeah, I'm suddenly reminded of Magica.
What
I
do you
might have
mean with
based it
several
off it.
other things?
Huh? Sorry, what did you say?
I mean with several other things.
Oh, you know, scrolls and the like, maps, or even magic orb holding knowledge. However, we only allow the magically inclined to look at those. Does it make sense for someone without magical knowledge to access that kind of knowledge? Because they will not understand. Or in the worst case scenarios, their heads blow up.
Maybe I should just stay here for a couple of months. So yeah, I'd love to see that. But first I would like to ask a question. I'm also looking for a person.
A person? Well, you don't really come to a library to find a person, but it has happened before. Do tell, do tell.
Well, I met them in Reefton, in the Silver Page Library. And they were waiting on a person, and they said they were going to Swordsville. So I kind of assumed he may have been in this library as well.
Ah,
He looked like he had a blue hood and white strands of hair and a really pale face. Does that tell you anything?
Well, I'm not really one to look at the face of gentlemen, but, if they're a seeker of knowledge, they would surely stop here once in a while. While I don't have a recollection of this person myself, I do know that anyone who seeks any type of knowledge, especially magical knowledge, will come here at one point or another. So who knows? They might enter anytime soon, or they might be looking at other libraries, regretfully.
So I should spend months here. I might meet him. Well, if he's not here and if you don't know who he is, then I would like to go to the orbs.
Ah, are you magically inclined in any types of way? We're only doing this for safety reasons.
Yes, I'm a sorcerer.
Ah, someone whose magic flows naturally through them. Ah, yes. Well, the orbs. Let's see. The orbs chamber is. Let's see. He pulls up a scroll and looks at it. Ah, yes. The orbs are available at the moment. The orb room is on the second level. You have to go to the right past the front desk, up a flight of stairs, and eventually you will see somewhere on your right side, you will see either the orb room or the crystal room first. They sometimes switch around due to how the light has to reflect on the crystals.
What was the first thing? The crystal room and that?
Indeed.
Orb room.
Oh,
Orb room and crystal room.
okay. Well,
They switch around during the time of day. We do give occupants a warning for when the teleportation spell will be casted.
so right now, which one should be first? The orb room?
First to the right should be the orb room, indeed.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a lot of things to keep track of in this library. Especially when things are moving around magically. Enjoy your stay.
Thanks.
And what can I do for you? Okay. And what can I do for you? Sir? He looks at you, Shiaz. Alzius?
Let's see. So I have to go to the left, past the desk, stairs up, then on the left side we've got the crystal room. I got it. I'll just follow.
Yes, that would be wisely. Enjoy your stay, and knowledge is all. You also then notice
Did
while
say
you
on the
are
left,
heading.
upstairs?
Yes, Alzius is.
We go to the left, past the desk, then up the stairs, then on the left side we've got the crystal room. It's easy.
You want to go to the crystal room?
That's where we had to go. That's. Were you not
You
listening?
Or are you heading to the crystal room?
Those were the directions that we go to the crystal, and that's where the thingy is. What you were looking for.
So you always just follow directions? Well then, jump off the roof.
Why would I do that?
You just told me, but you weren't listening.
Oh wait, no, that man's deceased.
Such a weirdo.
But you should follow her directions. She said, go upstairs, then another flight up, and then you're on the roof and jump off.
No!
He might be directionless, but he's not stupid.
You're just as weird as Geneva over there.
Geneva is already heading to the library. Didn't even out at the front desk. Clearly, they know a bit of the way here. As a few other patrons also come in and start looking.
How about we make a deal? Because I do not want you in the orb room, so you just go into the other room.
Oh.
Which is the crystal room, which I mentioned.
Yeah. So you just understood directions wrongly, or what are you
My
actually?
God, it's like you're a wall.
Maybe I identify as a wall. Let's go upstairs.
Yes.
As you head up the stairs, you notice it's a spiral staircase that goes like this. Like, you go right, then it goes 180 degrees, and you find yourself on a hallway on the second floor. And, okay, you head straight, and I'm guessing you head in the first room to the right. Right?
I do.
Left.
Yeah. Yeah. I see him going to the.
I follow.
You don't follow me.
No, he does. So.
Well, I don't want him to follow me. This is a room with orbs. You're not supposed to be here.
He's also magically inclined.
I don't care.
He's a cleric.
Stop me?
I don't have an argument. You wanted to go into the crystal room, right?
I don't know. Our room is fine.
It's just a crystal room.
He doesn't care.
You know what? Then I'll go into the crystal room.
Okay, have fun.
Okay, have fun.
I I first go into the second room then.
Okay, you go in the second room on the right, and you see, as you enter, you see a room that is mostly dark, with a window a little bit higher up in the wall, shining sunlight down into a crystal in the middle that lights up the chamber in a specific way. It looks like there's stars on the wall. And there's also all kinds of tables that are holding crystals embedded into them. And and all of them have a plaque on it. What do you do?
I'm going to try to see if the crystals are stuck onto the table or I can actually take them.
You approach one of the tables and you look at it. You look at it closely, and you don't even have to investigate, but you know these things are embedded in a way that they only work in these tables. So even if you could somehow take them out, they're not going to be much use of you because the incantation is tied to the crystal and the table.
I try and remember whether I can do any useful incantation in combinations with any of the crystals I see.
Roll a history check. Ozias, do you head into the orb room?
Yes.
As you head into the orb room is completely dark, but every table that has an orb on it in some sort of way is lit with candles. It feels like you're in a room where you're gonna get your fortune told no matter what table you're gonna sit at. But there's no fortune tellers at the other end. They're just all orbs. And of course, all of them have a plaque in front of them to show what they mean.
Ozzy's just going to stare into some of them.
Okay, Elona. You do remember that that some of these, indeed, you know a way to use your incantations on them. For one, you can already recognize that one of them is something you have heard of before and studied before, because you have a mighty need to explore everything, including the stars, and you will recognize that one of these crystals is a navigational crystal for a spelljammer. I'll explain what a spelljammer is. Spelljammer is a magical spaceship.
A magical spaceship.
Yeah. This knowledge is known in this world that space jammers exist in some way. They're just not produced here, and they're super rare.
There exist magical spaceships.
Yeah, that.
Why are you surprised?
And before you say like, "Are we going to have spelljammers?" I'm like, you don't know that, but I just put in the knowledge there that spelljammers do exist. That there's knowledge of spelljammers in this world.
Why is that thing then attached to the table?
Because knowledge is all.
Can it help me find a spelljammer somewhere?
You can most certainly try.
I'm definitely going to try.
Okay, you're gonna try and activate the navigational crystal with an incantation. How are you gonna do this? Like, how are you gonna try to get the knowledge out of the crystal, or to get knowledge to appear from the crystal?
You just told me I remembered the incantation.
You don't need incantation, but you need to be specific on what you want, and then you're gonna have to roll to see what the attempt yields. You just know how to activate it, but you don't. But you still need to tell me what you want to know from the navigational crystal.
I want to know where I can find spelljammer somewhere nearby.
Okay. So track a spelljammer. roll me an not an Arcana check. Let's see. You need roll me a wisdom check for me, please. Not a saving throw, wisdom check.
Yeah.
19. Okay, so the crystal reacts to your incantation by putting your hands near it and flowing your magic a bit into it. A screen pops up. So like bzzz, a holographic screen pops up and it shows you a map of the area and you see lines going across it like it's scanning anywhere. You find that there are indeed a spelljammer nearby for the navigational crystal. However, where it is not on the world or on this continent. It's on the moon.
You call that nearby?
For spelljammer, that's nearby.
Okay, so I just have to figure out how to get to the moon.
Yep. Trust me, for spelljammer, that is nearby. The moon is near.
I am actually going to try to remove the crystal from the table. Again.
How are you doing this?
With fire, of course.
You're gonna cast firebolt on it?
Well, only a tiny one.
Are you sure about that?
No! Am I?
It's what I'm asking. Let me just get this straight. You wanna burn up a possible component of a library to get a crystal that you're not even sure you're allowed to take yet.
Yeah, that's true. About Spelljammer, can anyone magically inclined try it?
Yes, that's literally how Spelljammer's work. As long as anyone has some sort of magic slot, they can control a Spelljammer.
Okay, then I won't cast fire right now.
You don't need this component specifically to use a Spelljammer.
I know, I just thought it would be fun to take it.
You don't have to, blow up everything.
I kinda do.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Your dragon god is pleased.
Okay.
Okay. Ozzy, you're gonna appear in some random crystals, will you? Okay, can you roll me 3 D20s actually for me? Okay. In the first one, you peek into it, and you focus a bit, and what you see are delicious cookies. It's a vision of how to make delicious chocolate chip cookies with brown sugar. Not very interesting. The second one shows you a vision of something of the past, a battlefield of some sort. You peer into it closely, but then you're like, I can't really make out any people who's fighting. You decide, I don't really care about conflict. I'm gonna move on. And the third one, you peer into it. And what do you see? You see divine light coming from the sky. And a person singing towards the sky. And very interesting, very... Well, how would you say this? Something a cleric would be very interested in. And then you read the plaque. And it is called The Song of the Mother.
Okay.
Do you try to peer more information of the orb, or do you just go around looking further?
Ozzy is just going to try to remain focused on it.
Okay.
Find
Can you
more
do-
information.
Can you do a wisdom check for me, please?
Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the saving. Oh, it failed anyway.
It failed anyway. Doesn't. I didn't see it. Doesn't count. DM didn't see. Doesn't count.
It's an 8. But,
Oh.
why didn't it not roll?
Weird. Is the plugin broken?
I guess.
Technical difficulties. Woo.
But it was 8, so I guess.
You try to focus a bit, but you're not really the scrying type, so it's a little bit hard for you to gain more vision out of it. You feel a little bit of a headache coming on. I'm trying too hard.
Oh well.
Oh well. Back to the crystal room. Let's just keep doing this little library thing in the meantime. First off, I'm gonna do a quick roll for mirror me. Oh, he's still going into the wrong. He's going slightly in the right direction, but he's still hopelessly lost. So Robert is still lost. You're brave, Captain. Everyone. Okay. Alona. Anything else you want to do in the crystal room?
My chaotic mind is intrigued by the moon. I would like to see if I remember anything about traveling to the moon, if I've ever heard anything about that.
You're trying to recall a memory of it. Okay, roll me a history check real quick. Well, you're having good rolls today, aren't we? You dirty 20. Dirty 20. Okay. You're not really sure how to travel to the moon, but there have been tales, fairy tales that there might. Let's explain the fairy tale. Pretty much, you've heard about a fairy tale that there might have been once a spire somewhere that will send people up to the moon for astrological researches, and it was actually set up by a princess who wanted to gaze at the stars every night. The fairy tale, however, ends tragically with the princess being flung into space by a giant bird. Showing that getting too curious might get you into trouble.
Princess was flung into space by a giant bird.
No, a spire would send you up to the moon, and they were taken by a giant bird.
Spire was taken by a giant bird.
No, the princess was taken by a giant bird. A spire was built that will send people up to the moon for stargazing.
Spire was eaten by a giant bird.
Whatever.
Honestly, I'm not sure what you're saying. There was a spire that will send people up to the moon for
Stargazing. It was built by a princess who loved stargazing a lot, and one day she was stargazing on the moon, and she got taken by a giant bird to disappear forever.
No, it was correct what I said. She was flung into space by a giant bird.
Yeah. Well, she flew up into space in a giant bird.
She went with the bird.
The bird took her.
The bird took
What
her.
is the word?
Yeah.
Potato, potato.
Don't even start that. Oh, it's stuck in my head already.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, is that all, or are you gonna do anything else?
No, I'm just standing there confused.
Okay, Ozzy, has anything else?
I'll go to the crystal room.
Okay, you leave the room. Where do you go out of the opera? Where do you go? Because I'm asking because you're Aussiest, not because you know where it is, because you're Aussiest.
Right.
You go to the right. Okay. You head right and you head into the right room. And there you see Alona standing in front of this weird crystal that was showing a screen a moment ago. At least you thought you saw a screen. And she's just staring there, staring at it and thinking. What do you do?
I'm just going to stand behind her.
Okay.
Not creepy at all.
Nope. And slowly time passes while Alona's thinking, and Ozzy's just standing there.
So, do I notice him at some point?
Do you snap
Do
out of
you?
your thinking?
Yes.
Then you will notice him. Because you suddenly have the feeling that someone is looking at you.
I feel like the correct response might be just to cast fireball at whoever's like stalking or looking at me without letting me know.
I do not recommend that.
Yeah. I just.
For
slapped
various
whoever's looking at
reasons.
me. Slapped
But I
him.
think the number one reason is they're standing behind you. If you turn around and throw a fireball, guess who's also in the explosion?
Oh, yeah, me.
Oh yeah, me.
You're
Who
welcome.
cares?
I've always wanted to try if I'm like fire resistant in any way.
I don't think a public library is the place for that.
No.
Or your party member.
Eh.
Does a draconic bolt line do anything with fire resistance? No, right?
No.
It does lower the damage, but you're not immune.
Oh, that's for another time.
Mhm. So you turn around and you see Ozzius.
I thought about slapping him, but I'm gonna hit him in the face.
Okay?
Didn't know it was him. It was just like there was a person standing behind me. I was like,
Okay, make an unarmed strike. I mean, you're hitting him. You're not saying you're just, punching him. That's an unarmed strike.
strike. I've actually never done this before.
Unarmed strike is...
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't. do
Yeah, it's a
anything.
+4. Nope.
Yeah.
Ozzius is... You try to hit Ozzius and you hit him on the shell and it's like, ow!
Ow. Ow.
It doesn't actually, do damage, but it's like, ow, that was harder than I thought.
Wait. Ozzius, what are you doing here?
Looking.
Right. You know what? You can have room to yourself. I'll just go away.
I'll go with you. It's fine.
Mhm.
I tried to open the door quickly
And...
do I know lucky spell?
What?
Do I know like any spell to lock a door?
They exist! You don't know them!
I wish I did.
There is literally a spell that you can cast on any door and they will be locked, despite not having a lock. They exist. You don't have one.
There's probably no key on the door, right?
Well, there is a keyhole and you can lock it, but you don't have the key.
Yeah, there's no key like on the door.
No.
Even sometimes.
No.
But I cannot lock him inside. Okay, well, I'm like, whatever, and I exit the room.
Okay. You exit the room and Ozzy's follow suit. Because he clearly doesn't care for some crystals embedded in tables. Where do you go?
I ask Arceus, are you ready to go to the roof?
Why do...
I don't think it's nighttime yet. Stargazing is not an option.
Ooh.
What do you know about stargazing?
Sky, stars, gazing.
You like
Not rocket
stargazing?
science.
Oh. Okay. You know what? I'll have a quick turn on the orb room. Did you find anything interesting there?
Oh yes.
What?
Oh, it looks pretty.
About these simple answers.
And there was a light in the orb, and it yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty annoyed by Aussies right now.
Visible annoyance.
Aussies, what are you even doing in this library? There's like so much knowledge here and you don't even care.
No, really.
Why are you here?
I was bored.
Fair point.
Right. Hey, I go towards the orb room.
Rolling away. Oh, he's going in the right direction. He might be Robert might be joining you soon. So, okay, so you head into the orb room, Elona?
Yes.
You see in front of you the same decoration that Ozzy sees. It's a very dark room with only the candlelight lit and several orbs on tables. What are you looking for?
I am looking for a way to extend life.
Forbidden
Oh, no.
Forbidden knowledge. Okay, roll me an investigation. Give me of investigative rolls.
Wow.
You look around and you look at various plaques and doors, but finding something that will extend life specifically, you can't find anything that looks like something that would extend life. It's just a lot of orb with a lot of visions. It's just a magical noise to you. It's hard to focus.
I just focus on a random orb.
Random orb? D100 for me, please.
Ooh, cookie recipe.
I just like putting random stuff in weird locations. 90. Okay. Do you want to extend your... You gaze into an orb. And... suddenly the magical noise goes away and you find it more easy to gaze in this one orb. Something feels like it's calling to you. What is it? What does this orb do? You look even closer. You decide to read the plaque, and the plaque reads... Visions of the Magical Inclined. Which is a really weird title for an orb, but, you know, like, magic always has weird names. Sometimes it's what it says, and sometimes it has something as weird as fireball, and then it explodes in a big explosion. That's not really a ball fire, that's a bomb. So we call firebomb. But hey.
I wanna find that one.
What?
Sorry to
That's just your inner thought saying. It's like, spells have weird names, so you decide to gaze closely, and it's a little bit misty, like you're focusing in via the orb, and I now need you to throw a quick wisdom saving throw for me. And yes, saving throw, not check. Let the fun begin. Let the fun begin.
My rolls were so good before, like.
Yeah, they had to go to shit at one point. You see a vision of someone you've met before, and you focus closely, and you see this regal woman, and then before you know it, a sharp pain is felt in your head, and the vision goes away. You take 2 points of psychic damage
Ouch.
from the orb. Because you do not have a scrying skill. But for whatever you saw, you had the feeling you've seen this woman before. This regal woman. You can't recall right away. What do?
I take my time to recover from the pain in my head and wait if I remember anything else about that woman.
Quick history check. Quick history check, because that's what I'm thinking. Nine. You're not really sure. You know you've probably seen her somewhere back at Reefton, but from the vision, you don't even seen her at Reefton. But at the same time, the vision didn't show you where this person was at the moment. That was really hard to see. That's all. Alcius!
You okay there?
I'd be better if you went away.
Ozzy walks away.
Finally!
Mm-hmm. Alcius, where do you go?
I don't know.
Okay, roll me a d4. Let's see where you end up. After going away, being all sad. 3. You head back downstairs to the front desk. And there you see Robert come in.
Oh, hi, Robert. Bye, Robert. And I just walked past him.
I was like, hey, what was this deal? He seemed a bit down. Robert decides to start talking with the main guy in front, and well, I can act it all out, but that's kind of boring, so I'm pretty much going to say a quick synopsis of what he's going to do. He's going to ask if there's any books about gates to other worlds. And he gets an answer from the mysterious robed figure that is clearly, the front desk guy. Then they have several books about that. And it depends on what kind of things they're looking for. They're looking for something from different elemental planes, other realms, other worlds. Maybe something else. Banishment portals or gateways and that kind of things. And you see Robert thinking, I don't know, something with the void. And the guy goes like, oh, the void. Yeah, the void. Yeah, I can. That's mostly bad stuff. You know that, right? That's mostly banishment stuff. It's like, what was it? Banishment? Oh, you know what? Sure. Just any books about the void or gateways to the void. And it's like, void stuff. Take the scroll. That's on this floor that's on this floor to the pretty much left from the main desk on the left side of the building. And let me check again. Bookshelf C21. That's where I will be. Robert's going like, C21. Yeah, thank you. And Robert goes off to his merry way. Ilona, anything else?
Yeah, I just realized I've been going at it all wrong. So I look at the orbs again, and I tried to ask Garrix which one I should look into.
You're gonna ask a patron this time to assist you.
Choose the orb for me.
Okay, you're gonna ask Garrix. At least you're gonna try and channel your vision via Garrix vision. Let me think for a moment, because that can go anyway. That can be a persuasion check, or an investigation check, or an arcana check.
Let's do Arcana.
Okay. Roll an arcana. 12. You look around, and you think fire, Garrix, dragon, evil, fire. Fire. Yeah, fire. And you look at it, and you finally hold in an orb, and you stare at it, and you see fire, and more fire, and more fire, and explosions, and fire in the sky, and you read the plaque. Visions of foreign lands. What you're looking at is a fireworks show.
Whoa.
You see all these flames flying about in the sky and explosions causing all this, and it's colorful and pretty, and what do you do?
Oh, does seem like something I could recreate.
Can you? Let me check for you real quick. Yeah, you can actually sort of do that. Sort of, not completely with the things you have. I checked your spell list. I checked your spell list. You can do something similar to that.
I have fire and illusion.
Yeah, minor illusion is one of the ways to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it definitely inspired me, what I just saw.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Thank you, Garrix.
Well, you don't hear Garrix talk to you.
A little bit less evil than what I expected, but okay, I can live with that.
Well, you don't know if it was Garrix that helped you. You just think it was him that helped you. Before I know.
That's why I'm thanking him.
Okay, Robert is going in his own way. Let's go back to Veronica, because finally, after those hours of waiting, you get to the front desk, and the front desk person says, pretty much, you explained. I'm gonna just do it real quick for you, so we can move the story along a little bit. You get to hear, like, oh, you want to go to Lagana? That's custom. So kiosk 7. And that should be available right now. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And you head towards kiosk 7, and you see behind there sitting a young human male with brown hair, dressed pretty fancy, and he looks at you. Hello, milady. How can I help you today?
Good day. I have a request. I say as I take a seat. I assume there are seats.
There are seats.
Thank God.
They are seats. Don't worry. You don't stand in front of a kiosk.
Yeah, because my feet are killing me. Okay. So, I need to have a passage through to Lagana, but not just for myself, also for my companions. So, and I do need to have this fixed as soon as possible.
As soon as possible. So, and can I know the nature of your travel?
It's a combination of business and how should I say it is family oriented.
Business of family. Mm-hmm.
I reach into my my bag and hand the man my passport.
The man takes your passport and looks it over. Oh, I see. Yeah, that does make it more emergent. Puts your passport down, closes it, hands it back, writes it down, writes things down. Let's see. He pulls down a scroll. How big is your party? I don't need the exact number. I just need, like, is it a big party? Is it a small party of 5 to 8 people? Like
It's
1
less
to
than
5.
five.
Less than 5. That means I can use this parameter. Okay. That level, huh? That level. Yes. And and he then also looks things over. Something else. What was it again? And yeah, he's pulling down scrolls to see what it is. So, and then he goes, right, there was something else. He puts his fingers out and rummages through some papers on the desk. So like, he opens a small scroll, puts it down. All right. There was some problems in Silverlong a little while ago, and some Lagana travel has been restricted for anyone. Luckily for you, that restriction was pulled out lately, and the travel ban for commoners will be within 3 days. However, since you are a regal citizen of Lagana, that is sped up, and your documents will be legal tomorrow.
Good. Thank you. We need to leave as soon as possible, considering the circumstances.
What kind of circumstances are we talking about?
Well, let me just say, the business and family matters are very, very close related.
Something in the capital?
It's not in the capital, but it is very urgent that I go back.
Another announcement. Check it. Oh, right, it might be related to those cases, huh? Okay, I won't pry any further because it's good to know. Writes things down. Alright. He rings a silver bell and holds up the things he written down. Someone walks by, grabs the scroll, and goes off. Please wait here for a few minutes while the documentation is being made.
Thank you.
After all, we have to inform also Lagana of your travels.
Understandably.
If I might ask, you do know that you do know of the situation of well, you know that regal families have been having increased kidnapping cases.
Take a guess why I'm going back.
I figured as much. But you were aware that this is not just singular families; these are mostly families.
I'm well aware.
Rumor has it that there might be a group working to stoke the fires of Lagana to attack a specific area. We don't know much, but that's what I've heard. I figured I might as well give that little information.
And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, milady. And then soon someone walks past and stops behind the clerk. He like, oh, thank you. Okay. He writes down something, and he closes the scroll, and then hands it over to you. These is your travel documents. It will include at least a party of 10 maximum if you so desire to take extra protection with you.
Thank you. I'll consider it.
No problem. Please enjoy the rest of your stay in Swordsville, and I hope we have helped you as fast as we could.
That you have. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day, miss. He salutes, and she heads out.
Mm-hmm.
And as she heads out, she noticed that that a messenger has arrived, has entered the building. And you recognize this messenger, Veronica.
Oh my god, are you kidding? Nicholas?
Huh? The messenger looks at you, and this spry, half-elven young man looks back at you. Veronica? What are you doing here?
I should be asking you the same thing. What are you doing here?
Messaging for the, Swordsville. Latest news. I've been put on this for a while, ever since things went haywire back with the families.
So you just left?
Well, someone had to find a way to get you back. And I figured getting as much messages out keeps me in the loop of the information, and I was hoping one of the messages would reach you or would bump into you like now.
That still doesn't change the fact that you just left.
Oh, come on, the others have it covered. It's not that bad I left, right?
We can discuss this later. Ugh. Anyway, let's get out of here. I don't want anyone else hearing this.
One moment. He runs over to the front desk and opens his bag and gives a few scrolls. Says like, latest news from Lagana. The front desk person takes it and says like, alright, thank you. And he heads out with you.
Alright.
So,
Okay, let's not do this in the street. I have a room at the... at the inn that's close by, so let's just go there. The others should probably be back soon anyway.
alright. Wait, others? You're traveling together?
Yeah, it's no fun to travel alone, you know that.
Says the person who found ways to travel alone for a while.
For a while. Traveling for too long alone is not fun.
I was able to hop from caravan to caravan. You'd be surprised how many people are willing to give you a free ride when you have official documents with you. It's like their duty or something. Huh.
I should have known.
Okay. You two head to the inn. Ozius, what are you doing? Because you left the library. Are you heading back?
No, he's just going right and following the road.
Okay, so he will eventually find his way back. Because following the
No.
road. No?
Going back implies that he stops.
Oh, you mean you're going further? You're going to keep exploring?
Yeah, he's just going to continue walking.
Okay, so I'm expecting you go over here, then you follow the road, you have the square here, and then you still follow the road. But which road do you follow? Because now you're in a fork in the road. Thank you, phone.
That's not really a fork, is it? He'll go right.
You go right. Okay, then you go this way, and you go this way, and you go this way, and eventually you come over here. You find yourself at the Northern Square, which is a very large square, and what you see is not a is indeed a market, but mostly with weapons. But in the middle of the square, where there is clearly a structure, you also notice there are lots of boxing rings and fighting rings. What?
So,
I don't know. Does it pique your interest? Not?
no. We'll just go on.
Okay. You just follow the road this way, or you go for the square?
No, North Warehouse, just the route. Where's that
Okay.
water?
No, that's that's a road.
Okay.
You're gonna go for the north gates. Okay. So you walk across the square. You see all these large burly types looking at weapons, discussing things, laughing, training, fighting each other, beating each other on the rings, doing all kinds of things. Clearly, this is what you would call fighter central. And you're just here walking around as a cleric, and people just look at you for a moment, just give you a strange look, but they're not gonna approach you. Just leaving you be. And you find yourself at the north gate, and you see no traffic coming in at the moment. But when you head outside of the north gate, you see several caravans and carts situated near the north warehouses, where there's, well, warehouses. And you see all kinds of outside trade commencing. What do you do?
He's just going to sit outside of the gate.
You're just gonna watch the commodities come in and out, the trade happening at the northern warehouses.
At least people aren't rude here, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, they haven't shown they're being rude yet. Alona, what are you doing?
I'm gonna exit the room and head down the stairs.
Okay, you head down the stairs, and you find yourself back at the front desk. What do you do at the front desk?
I'm going to look around if I see any interesting people around.
Oh, you're gonna look for...
Because you scared him away.
Everyone, this is the poor Ozia session. Alona has bullied Ozius. But, okay, you look around. Well, the first person of note is, of course, the front desk person, with his mysterious robe and eccentric personality. Then you start looking around a bit more, and I need you to roll perception. Because naturally, this is going to be a roll.
Oh. That's... How? Why?
Good. I hope you step on Lego.
Well, the front desk person is the only one who sees of interest. When you try to look around for other people, it all just seems like a blur to you. All this staring at the oars must have done something to your eye, because everything looks kind of the same. Except the front desk guy, because the front desk guy is, well, he clearly knows that he's clearly dressed in a way to catch your eye.
If only you had a healer with you.
PJ Salt. Alright. And then I'm gonna... That means you also did not see Robert. Robert is gonna do a quick investigation to see if he can find a book. His investigation is also +2, so there's no difference. His perception +5. Okay. Robert is of course also somewhere there, but you don't see him because your perception was shit. He starts looking for books. He's too busy looking for books. And he starts reading he finds a few books about the void and starts reading them, and he learns, let's see here. He's gonna learn that the void pretty much consumes all that kind of stuff. Not something he heard before. And that being banished to the void is akin to an eternity stuck in perpetual boredom. It's not horrific. It's not terrifying. It's just boring. Because you're isolated from everything. That is how he could describe it. And he keeps reading it, and he's not sure what he found yet. Alright, Ilona. Anything you're doing real quick? Ilona?
I'm just waiting for my headache to go away.
Okay, the front desk person does notices and walks over. A bit of a headache from the orbs?
Yeah.
Well, you might be magically inclined, but if you have no skills in scrying, it can be a little bit hard to perceive anything. Could you imagine if you had no magical knowledge and you would try to scry into an orb? Could you imagine what the result would be?
Someone going crazy?
Well, let's say the worst case scenario was someone's head exploding.
That sounds cool.
We warned these people that trying to scry when you do not have the ability and forcing it might have unforeseen consequences, especially if you gaze into the wrong orb. Because some things do not want to be seen, after all. And when you try to pry that, they retaliate with vicious malice.
I experienced that.
Oh dear. You tried to scry a person who did not want to be seen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. But that is
Thought
the
I
risk of the
I
trade.
knew her, though. Felt like I had seen her before.
Could have been maybe a former master? Or a teacher?
Someone regal, so no.
Someone in the higher echelons of society.
Yeah.
Who
Maybe
knows?
she was in Reefton at some point. I remember seeing her there, but it's all fuzzy.
A merchant's wife that knows magic. Not unheard of. Could have... Maybe it was a hag in disguise that pretended to marry their spouse to get closer in the city to find potential victims. Maybe something else in disguise. Who knows? There's a lot of things that try to bind themselves in high society so they can hide their secrets easily with the wealth of their spouse.
Saying it's someone who married into.
Oh, just speculation, my dear. Doesn't have to be. For all we know, there might be a mighty wizard that found a way to strike it rich. Or someone who had already an access of wealth and simply decided to pick up magic. There's a lot of stories.
She was definitely strong enough to not have people pry into her memories.
Some people would like their secrets kept, especially from those who would try to use a magic eye on them. But alas, I cannot give you that answer because I have no knowledge of every person that comes and goes. If I did, well, that would just be too much to remember after all. I mean, my head would explode from all the knowledge.
Remember the person I'm asking about.
Well, you didn't really give me a description of this person, but who knows? Oh, you mean that other person? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know that person that I saw. They might be inside. I don't really keep track. My job is to make sure that people find the knowledge they need to find.
If they might be inside, maybe I should roam around a bit. Are there any forbidden sections so that I know that to not go there, of course?
All forbidden sections are locked and require special access. We will give you keys to access those chambers. So do not worry. As long as you don't go past any locked doors or not try to follow someone that goes beyond the locked door, you will be fine.
Of course, thanks. Yeah. Then I will roam around to have a look whether I can find the person I'm looking for.
Alrighty then. Throw me a quick perception. "19! There you go, you got your good rolls back.
Don't jinx it.
The DM doesn't jinx. The DM plots.
Red flag, red flag.
As you look around and start walking around, you don't really see the person you're trying to find in question, but you do see, well, a lot of people having some sort of magical object with them. Staffs, crystals, orbs, all kinds of arcane focuses. And yes, a sorcerer will recognize these from just simply perceiving them. And then you notice a very peculiar thing. You look closely for a moment, you see a man reading, and then you see it's what looks like an arcane focus. Wait, is that a pistol? What? Wait a minute, that's Robert!
Robert, what are you doing here?
Huh? Oh, Alona! Hey! Oh, reading? Is that weird?
I don't know. What are you reading?
Stuff about the void. It's a very boring place. It's a lot of things. They also describe all kinds of void horrors and stuff, and things from the void, but apparently what's in there is very boring and very fate that you'd be isolated from everything. So I don't get how there can be such monsters in there.
So what do you want to do? You want to try to get Sam back?
I would have. Not really. It's more like, with the whole what we saw in that place on that island. And you know that, and apparently that weird squid guy. Also being turned into. Although that turning into jade stuff. Ugh. I just wanted to know more about that. But these books so far are not really helping.
Yeah. Did you see Osseous, by the way?
Oh yeah, I saw when I came in. He looked a bit sad. He just said hi, bye, left, and before I even could say anything, it's like, seemed a bit down. Did you do anything to him?
Me? Nah.
Oh, he is an odd ball sometimes.
He definitely is. Well,
I remember when he was staring me down the whole time. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, okay. Good luck with your reading. I'm going to roam around for a little bit.
What are you looking for then?
Person, actually.
You're hoping to find a person in the library and see this is big.
Yeah, and I heard something about locked doors, which might be interesting.
Forbidden knowledge. Maybe I should ask about that later. Alright then. I'm gonna look around a bit further, because I feel like I missed something here. Give me, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, and you can need to go your way, and back to Veronica. Veronica, you head out into the inn with Nicholas, and you go to your room, right? Immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. So you two head in your room, you sit down and talk.
Okay. So What exactly happened?
Okay. Pretty much, it started not long after you left. I don't think there's any connection with that, so don't worry, your leaving did not cause any of this kind of thing. But, one of the higher families was once out on a hunt, and during that hunt they left their youngest with some of the servants back at home. And when they came back, the youngest was missing, and the servants seemed like they lost all their memories.
Lost their memories?
Yeah, they were like running, walking around like amnesiac zombies. It wasn't until, well, what was it again? That guy. The court wizard came by and snapped him out of it. Still, most of the memories are missing. They have a lot of holes, and coincidentally, the memories of the incident when the young one presumably got kidnapped are also missing.
So no one can really say anything about what exactly happened.
Yeah, no witnesses whatsoever. And which is weird, because it happened in broad daylight. Someone should have seen something. So it's really weird. And while that was happening, while the investigation was going, a week later there was how would I say this? One of your cousins got was the next victim. Also just disappeared without trace. And again, none of these have kidnapping notes or ransom notes. They're just poofed up and vanished.
So there's no ransom. There's no real pattern. All we know is that they're high-ranking families. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And there's no pattern between it. It just seems like they're trying to tick off the royal families or put them on edge. And of course, lately, your husband was one of them.
Unfortunately, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah, news of that spread far, because there was the fourth victim in a row. Yes, there was another victim in between, but it wasn't really sure if they were a victim because they were a servant girl of all things, of a poorer family. Though it wasn't one of the high, yeah. Even though it was in one of the higher estates, they were just a simple maid of all things. So that was kind of an odd case. So people didn't think it meant much because
maybe she was confused for one of the daughters of the family.
That's what's believed, but even that person hasn't returned yet.
Or perhaps because you know very well that this happens a lot, an illegitimate daughter, perhaps.
Possible. Maybe a lover of one of the families? Secret lover?
It would explain why she was taken, despite not having any real physical connection.
Naturally, the family didn't really only report it and said that it was just odd to them. They might be not playing it down to, not let the family secret slip.
What makes sense? They would probably not want people to know about things like that.
And after that, there are two more other cases. One of them is ironically another family that is on the lower echelons of the regal families, but they are very good friends with the royalty. In fact, it is one of the best friends of the crown prince.
Oh.
So that suddenly got priority, and the latest victim what was that again? One moment, let me think. What was it again? I only heard it real quick before I had to go and do more messaging. Right. it is the oldest son of the family that is in charge of the weapon trade.
Oh, the weapon trade.
Yeah.
Suddenly, this story just got a whole different spin.
Yeah, and there are talks that whoever's doing this is selecting certain things, maybe selecting things as random, but they believe that this is just meant to force Lagana into doing extreme actions.
Trying to get us to move, huh?
That
Make a
or
mistake.
make a mistake, or something even more sinister. I don't know. I just heard a few things. Like, one of them is so that we bolster our defense more for any upcoming attack. That was one of the things I've heard. That might be an inside job. That some people just want to have more defense around. Thus, these kidnappings are supposed to force things into action. Or who knows? There's also whisperings of cult activity. But when are they?
Good point. Cults would not surprise me one bit, but
To target royalty so haphazardly and high society, that doesn't seem like a smart idea as a cult to choose your
No.
sacrificial victims. You'd go for lower society of all things.
at the very least, because lower victims will not be missed, usually.
Exactly.
Higher ranking, though? Yeah, that's gonna cause a stink.
Either way, the rumors in the capital have been going crazy as of late. As
I
well,
can only imagine.
and you would think that they would stop letting anyone into the city and out of the city, but they've kept transport open, which we might see as the fact that they believe that the persons are still in the city, but at the same time they might have put in more patrols. I did not see anything like that on the way, because of the issues that were happening in Silverlong of all things. But
I've heard of that, yeah. Apparently they're lifting the restrictions again.
Silverlong and Lagana always have a complicated relation.
What else is new?
So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's not sure if anyone thinks Silverlong might be doing something. Is because those dwarves don't really care about politics in the end. They only care about their trade. So it would be odd that they would start kidnapping regals to force them into action. But who knows?
Who knows? We'll figure it out.
I'm not a
We're heading out
detective.
tomorrow anyway.
That's good. That's good. I am also gonna head back tomorrow. I have a caravan for that.
All right. If you want, you can join us. There's probably less risk of you, maybe you getting kidnapped. Who knows? They might mistake you for someone because you serve the family.
Yeah. I was hoping this way I would also serve the family. Oh, by the way, your brother-in-law has taken over the estate for the time being.
Ugh. I should not be surprised, but somehow I am. I suppose it makes sense. Someone has to keep an eye on things.
Yeah, you'd think he would be happy to take over, but he seemed more concerned about finding his brother than anything.
I would hope so, because if he wasn't, I would probably kick his ass as soon as I get home.
You two never got along.
No, we didn't.
Oh, well. Well, alright then. Is there anything else you need to know back at Lagana?
Not right now. Anyway, let's head downstairs and let's wait for the others to show up. I'm pretty sure they'll be here soon enough, if they're not here already.
Mm-hmm. Alright then.
If we're going to be traveling together tomorrow, then you're going to want to know who you are.
Of course, of course.
Oh, right, by the way. Don't say anything about the rank just yet, alright? Not until we get this whole mess sorted out.
Of course, milady. How do I address you then? Just Veronica or...
Just Veronica is fine.
I was actually gonna think of the nickname Very.
Don't even start.
Alright. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
Good. Come on, let's go.
And they head back downstairs. Okay, Ozius. Roll me D100. Let's see what...
20.
20. So I have a 1 in 5th chance of something. Alright then. As you are sitting again down against the gate, you see the guards. They don't really mind you being there. I mean, you're not causing any trouble, so why would they care? And you see quite a lot of weapons and techware going into the warehouses, and out of the warehouses mostly comes food and that kind of stuff. Foods, medical supplies. So you can guess that most of the traffic comes inward from here is probably from the... coming from the north, naturally. And probably from Mernium, of all things. But nothing really, you know, clergy and that kind of things. That is, until you see what looks like a traveling nun coming from the north, coming towards the north gate. And they go past you. What do? It's a nun.
Doesn't sound like none of my business, but I'll just say hi.
The nun nods at you. Praise be. And they head into the city.
Indeed. Bye.
Strange. But hey, people have to travel down the road somehow.
Yeah.
And otherwise, nothing really is of note. Oh? Did we lose an Alona?
Oh?
Oh, you're not in Roll20. Doesn't matter. Alona, anything you're doing still?
I am a roll 20.
Yeah, you disconnected for us for a moment. It's fine. It happens. Anything you're doing?
Yes, I am going to try to find a locked door.
Are you gonna look for a locked door? Are you looking for it specifically, or are you just walking around looking around for it? So are you going for specific locked doors, or are you gonna just looking around what looks like a locked door?
Yes, that last thing.
That's a perception. That's fine. Go ahead. 15. As you walk around, you do see something of a... When you walk around through the middle section, where this great tower of bookshelves is, you see in the back what looks like a giant... two doors, and it's clearly locked. Because nobody's going in and out of it. You do see people walking past it, but no one was really going in or out of it, so you suspect it is probably locked.
Does it have keyholes?
Yes.
Can I look through a keyhole?
Investigation for me. See what you see through the keyhole. As you look for the keyhole and look around, you see on the other end of the room several stacks of books, as well as a cauldron in the back, and a table with some scrolls on it. You're not really sure what else do you see in the back, what else you can see in the back, or what you can discern, but it's clearly some sort of magical spell room of some sorts.
So I can see the room, right?
Yeah, you can see part of the room. You can see some stacks of books, table with scrolls on it, and a cauldron.
Do I see enough to use Misty Step?
Okay. I'll just read Misty Step real quick. Yes, you can Misty Step into that. If you want to, but are you sure about that? Because you haven't discerned if anyone's in there yet.
If only you had a big distraction with you.
That PJ Salt is strong today.
Well, I can make my own distraction with minor illusion, maybe.
You could.
Or I could ask Fluff to create a big distraction for me.
Are you sure you want to show your fairy dragon that's currently tucked away in a magical library?
You told me that everyone, like, in this neighborhood is fine with the fairy dragon.
Yeah, they are, but you're still releasing a fairy dragon into a magical library. It's gonna cause reactions.
Great.
Miss, I want to stealth, but my stealth is I'm gonna do the biggest distraction ever, so hopefully I don't get seen from it.
Yeah, maybe that's a bit excessive.
What? No.
You know what? I'm just gonna Misty Step in and hope that no one's in there. Are the lights on? Even?
There are lights. You could discern at least that there's light in there, or else you couldn't see what's in the room. So you Misty Step into the room?
Yes.
You expend one spell slot to Misty Step into the room. Okay, here we go. And as you Misty Step inside the room, you find yourself inside this pretty tall room with stacks of books, several tables. One with the ones with scroll scene, others with what looks like some sort of ingredient, and a large cauldron in the middle. As you look around, this doesn't really look like an actual part of the library, but more like a place to make potions or magical potions. It's more of an alchemist room of all things. But without all the alchemic stuff, so more a cauldron room. It's
Take a
probably
look at the
locked off so
scroll.
that not everyone starts using the cauldron.
Take a look at the scrolls.
You pick up. Okay, you want to look at one of the scrolls? Okay, roll me a d20 for me, please. Great. Let me double check the data. Ah, right. You start reading the scrolls. Let me check. Can you read that scroll? Holy shit, you know a lot of languages.
I do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you actually... Yeah, it's like, okay, you know, common, draconic, dwarfish, elfish, goblin, and orc. It's like, huh. But, no, you can read it just fine. It's written in elfish. And it reads for very much it is the recipe for a greater potion of healing. Because it literally says the title. Potion of greater healing. So it's just a recipe for one.
Oh. Can...
Cool.
Oh, wait, do
Then
I
you
have-
pick up another scroll. And you start reading it. And you can't make out what it means. It's in all kinds of scribbles that makes you go like, You felt like you've seen this somewhere before, but you can't make out what it means. So you're like, whatever, put it down. Then you pick up another scroll, and this one's written in common, and it's a recipe for an invisibility potion. Neat. And then you put it down, and you pick up the next scroll, and okay, it's another recipe. It's a goblin recipe for. What do you read here? Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. A potion of volatile fluids. And it's said to be used to make the biggest booms. Huh, neat. And when you check the ingredient list, you're like, oh, I don't think... I have never seen these ingredients before.
What are the ingredients for the invisibility potion?
10 teaspoons of gunpowder is one of them. That's the first one you notice. That's already a bad idea. The other one is called a fire herb. So, I'll write it. So, 10 teaspoons of gunpowder. So, I'll write it down, double T in the notes. One fire herb. Oil secreted from a giant toad.
Oh?
Oil secreted from a giant toad. So, toad oil. But they write it like that. And finally, the last recipe is called Dragon's Bane Weed. But what it means, you're not really sure from the top of your head. You can roll a history for that if you want to know what Dragon Bane's Weed could be.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, go ahead. You've never heard of Dragon's Bane Weed before.
Fair enough.
And you have to stir it into a small and it says that you have to... And you also learn that you have to use a small cauldron to brew this potion. And make it simmer for at least 2 days. And
But
do
these
not
are the
stir the
pearls-
pot. That's what it all says. Do not stir the pot.
Okay, clear. So these are the spools lying on the table, right? So they've probably been working with it.
You can
Is
check
there-
the
is there
ingredients.
Any,
You can
is there
check
any
what's...
fluid inside the cauldron?
Yes.
Can I try to see if I recognize anything inside?
Inside what? The cauldron?
Yes.
Cauldron's
inside
empty.
There's some fluid inside the cauldron.
No, I said you do need fluid inside the cauldron. You asked if it needs it. I said yes, but there is no
Oh,
fluid in
no.
there.
That was my question. Is there fluid inside?
No,
the cauldron?
it's empty. The cauldron's 100% empty. It's not being used right now.
And are there any potions standing around, or vials of liquid, whatever?
Not at the moment.
That's sad. Okay, I guess my work here is done. So I look through the keyhole again, and I do check first if I don't see anyone.
It appears nobody is looking in your direction.
Oh, and I missed a step back into the main room.
You know what, Moon? I was gonna say, Moon. This is probably a Metal Gear Solid moment. But no.
Uh-oh.
What, you're not pressing the button for me? Okay. You do get spotted Misty stepping back in by another patron, but they look at you finally like, did you just Misty step?
Hi. And I walk away.
Thank you, Moon. That was asking for that. And I walk away. And the other person's like, whatever. They don't seem to care. Ring. So yeah, you got away with that. You did get spotted, but just because you get spotted doesn't mean, as long as you're the guard, they don't fucking care.
Yep.
have fun with that. Doing a quick investigation with Mr. Robert. 21! No, now we get some fun for Robert. Robert, he finds another book and he starts reading about portals towards the void and that they're unable to be made unless it's a banishment portal. And way to go in and out is considered impossible due to the protective layers around the continent. And he starts reading a bit further and he learns the fact that the continent is protected by the veil, which was put up by the mother. At least it's believed to be put up the mother because it is supposed to keep out other realm invaders due to what is happening at the frozen hell tundras. And he's like, huh, that's weird. What is it, the frozen hell tundras, anyway? And because he rolled above 21, he's gonna go check that out, and he finds a book about that, and he will learn. The frozen hell tundras are the way that they are due to various elemental planes coming together at one point, spiraling into a chaotic vortex in the middle of it all, and thus creating the frozen hell tundras. Due to this, the connections between the realms have very much all collide into one spot, resulting in complete chaos, including demons and devils fighting each other, different elemental forces fighting each other, and even the celestial groups getting in between. It is only... And due to this, the entire Frozen Hell Tundras is the most dangerous location on this world right now, due to the fact that everything is completely out of whack there. And the Veil is supposed to make sure that the corruption of all the planes does not reach this continent. Lore! And Robert's like, wait, so this Veil's meant to protect this continent from the frozen hell tundras. But that guy, that squid guy, has found a way in for a loophole and made it. So, wait, does that mean that what happened there, that explosion, was similar to what could happen at the frozen hell tundras? That's kind of bad. Ugh. Can't imagine. But I guess this was a one-time thing because, who knows? Whatever. I'm gonna go back and talk to the rest. It's getting late. Getting a bit hungry. Alrighty then. So everyone else has back? Alona, are you heading back?
Yeah.
Okay, Alona is back. Robert is back. Ozius! It's getting late. Your tummy rumbles.
It's fine.
That's fine. You're gonna stay at the Northern Gate?
Yep.
Okay.
I really upset him.
Roll a D100 for me, please. 32.
32.
That's the half of 64, which is half of the Nintendo 64.
Oh no.
32 bits.
That's double 16 bits.
Yeah. Double the SNES.
Triple the NES.
Damn it.
You started it.
Having fun there. You encounter what looks like an interesting caravan going past the warehouses towards the square. And in it you see what looks like a group of magic casters. What? I want you to roll a quick perception check to see if you can recognize what kind of magic casters they are.
17.
17. You recognize at least 2 clerics on board, a clear wizard, due to the fact that he's holding a book and a staff, and otherwise you're not really sure what the other ones are. But they're clearly were armed, and they seem to have come from a battle of some sorts.
Do they seem hurt?
Yes.
Well, might as well cast some healing on them.
All right. The caravan is stopped by the guards, and they discuss some things. You walk up and you start healing the injured.
Yep.
They thank you for your kindness, and the other clerics also recognize that you're a cleric. Says, "Okay, fellow cleric. We would heal ourselves, but I'm afraid the battle was a bit intense, and we're very tired."
Yeah, that happens. Let's see, I'll just use 4 first spell slots.
They seem mostly patched up. Thank you, kind stranger. We are one of the recon squad. 32 healing points in general to them. They pretty much introduced themselves. One of them introduced them. The wizard introduced them. I am the leader of one of the recon squads from the Fantasia Laws. We mostly monitor the northern section together with strong power. But the strong power decided to go off on a hunt, and we've encountered something of a nuisance. Can't really describe, it's classified, but it was a rough battle. I warn you to not travel to the northwest of the city right now. We may have injured it, but it is not dead.
Well, you're safe now.
Indeed. It was best to retreat. No need to throw away our lives as long as the city isn't in danger. After all, if that thing comes close to the city, I think it will be in a world of pain anyway. Just keep it away from the roads. Anyway, thank you for your kind heals. You will not forget. Can I know your name?
Osseous.
I'm called Yelmin.
Well met.
Well met indeed. After the guards clear the carriage in, they go in and they go off their merry way. And I think with that, we should call it.
Okay.
Before we continue further.
Okay.
At least we got a session done. It's a shame
Yeah.
Donna just didn't feel up for it in the end. But hey, it happens. It can happen.
We got something done anyway.
Yep.
Either way, if you're trying...
Believe.
don't worry, Veronica will probably go look for you. Or Robert. Anyhow, if you're charged for joy, please like, subscribe, or whatever charge is. This is goodbye from Veronica.
Bye-bye.
It's goodbye from Ilona.
Bye everyone.
It's goodbye from Osseous.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me, your Dungeon Master. And also goodbye from Robert, who is not here. But who knows, he might be here next time. And remember to stay charged and catch you all later. Goodbye.